Anthony, what's up, my guy? I think you're on mute. Oh, there you go.
There it goes.
There we are. The man, the myth, the legend himself. How we doing, man?
Good. How are you doing, Jeremy?
Man, I cannot complain. What state you calling me from today?
Colorado.
Colorado. Okay, we're not too far away, man. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, so we're some Midwestern boys, man.
Nice. I'm in Boulder.
Very cool, man. How long you been out there?
5 years now.
Very cool. So cool, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. What are we currently doing?
All right. So right now, I've been seeing you guys' stuff for probably about a year now, and it's kept my interest. So when I dove into this whole situation, I had basically went on like a last whim. Like I've been trying in and out of gyms, then COVID hit and all this stuff. And obviously the gym was like, nah, you can't do this anymore. So I was like, what about the online stuff? And I was real iffy about it. I had a real bad day and somebody presented me like, hey, there's this coach. So I'm still working with a current coach, but it's because he turned into a friend. So I don't use his paid services. I just can, ask. But at the same time, I feel bad for asking and all that stuff. So I did dive into the personal training with help. And I basically have just been going off from that point, which I guess to be more specific, the business stuff is hard for me in a sense of I can't even tell you right off the top of my head of exactly how many clients I've worked with in the past year. So metrics are a little wacky, but I started off with high ticket offer stuff and I actually got 3 clients from it. And it was all successful. Nobody was angry and everybody got the results they were looking for. But I noticed it was very challenging for me to convince somebody to spend $2,000 for 4 months. And, there's an app for $10 a month that they could use. So I ended up lowering my prices. I basically switched to $100 a month. And then I have $400 lock-in all up front for 4 months. 16 weeks is kind of my strategy of really seeing a difference for a lot of people. I don't offer like a 6-week promise of any kind. So that's where I'm at now. And right now I have 4 clients. 2 have been with me since probably about a year now, almost a year. So they've stuck with me and that's made me feel real good because again, I don't know if you read the little fill out that I did before this, but it's like, I never saw myself. I was just an avid gym goer. I loved fitness. I learned everything for my own behalf.
Yeah.
And then after spending enough time in gyms and helping other people when I didn't even work there, they were like, you should think about doing this. And that's kind of what led me into the path that I am today. And to be dead serious. It's like, I'm just ready to make this my full-time gig at this point. And I feel like it has nothing to do with gym stuff that is holding me back, but more so everything you guys are pretty much offering, finding lead gen, finding warm leads. I was told you got to niche down. And I'm like, I hate this, whether somebody could just spit it in my face, I would take it. But I had a really hard time. I love a lot of things. Personally, I love bodybuilding and conditioning. So I run marathons and I also put on weight, like pretty much wintertime. I try to get as big as I can, as strong as I can, and then run in the summer. And I've dealt with clients that kind of dig what I do and they're like, yo, show me. So that's where I've been having a lot of fun because again, it's also where I get to present myself to my fullest in the sense of, I don't know, when somebody has like a goal that you're just not too interested in, like I have no interest helping a power lifter get 5 pounds on his plate for the next meet, so
Sure.
It's just, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And my 3 clients right now, they're very oddball. And I will admit that most of my clients have been people I know, and then they get the results. And then the new clients are people they know. So it's all been referral. And I have struggled for over a year now. And we're going a year and like three or 4 months of just like, I know this thought doesn't serve me, but I suck at the whole organic outreach on Instagram, man. I'm not good at it in a sense of, I even send like voice messages to be like, nah, this is a real person, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to hook. I don't know how to like keep them interested. I don't have like a weekly email that I send out. It's more so like, I feel like, how people get with fitness. It's like that one day they're super motivated, and then the next day they're like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, shit, like, how do people like you guys? I'm like, how do you guys keep people interested, like wanting to actually sign up? So I'm really looking to just learn how to gain leads and understand how that system and process works for my own behalf of just being able to, have a consistent flow and not just a little info about me. I still serve tables. So I serve tables 3 days a week, and I'm on my business every day, basically, whether it's after work. The days I don't work, I'm still working, or not working my 9 to 5. I'm working here on my computer. So this year it's been a lot of like, I had no idea what I was getting into, to be quite honest. Straight up just, I'm a social media marketer. I now know how to use Canva in and out to create posts or advertisements, posting daily on Facebook, have a Facebook group, have done Facebook lives to just talk about fitness topics and such. So a lot of just, I call it swinging the bat blindfolded. I'm just doing everything I possibly can think of. So I hope that covers a lot.
No, dude, that makes a lot of sense. So it sounds like you've been invested in yourself and you're totally committed to the process. Like you said, you learn something, you try, it's just you're not sure when to implement certain things, right? So we need specific strategies and resources in place. As far as the 16 weeks goes, that's great, but you typically want to give other offers as well. So your length of terms, we're looking at how we get people locked in. So as an example, different trainers will do different things differently. Like a lot of people do month to month, 3, 6, 9, 12. Example, I don't do any of that. I do 4, 8, and 12. That's all their options, right? So think about McDonald's, think about Chick-fil-A, right? McDonald's has 1,000,001 offers. It gets people confused. They're not sure what, they're just staring at the menu, right? Chick-fil-A, you got about 4 options. They're good at those 4 options. That's what we know. And that's why they're killing McDonald's revenue wise, right? So for instance, example, my 4, 8, 12. Okay. So obviously I want them to pay in full, but if they can't, my program is equivalent to $450 per month for 4 months. It's equivalent to $375 a month for 8. It's equivalent to $350 per month for 12. Now, those individuals will get enticed by the pricing going down. However, it provides, everyone gets a win-win out of this, because for 4 months, they're actually getting habit change at 4 month mark. Okay.
Yep.
8 month mark, they're actually getting a transformation. And at 12 month mark, they're getting a whole lifestyle change, right? Now at 8 and 12, they're no longer viewing me as a coach. They're viewing me as a trusted friend. And it's hard to say no to someone that you trust and now that you feel like you have a relationship with as well. Okay. Now, the other thing that it provides them is they have consistency, they have dependability, but I have predictable data moving forward because I know I have them locked in at 8 or 12. So 95% of my clients are signing at 8 or 12. I only have a handful at 4. Now they're paying me less per month, but they're paying me longer over a longer duration of time. So my retention rate is extremely high because let's just say they're doing an 8 month program. With them having about 4 weeks left in my program, I've already wrote out another option. So I don't say, hey, do you want to continue? I say, hey, this is what we've established together. These were our goals. This is the plan that I have for you moving forward. Take a look at this. I get them really excited. Sound good? Yep. So I already get their confirmation and seal of approval to continue versus saying, hey, do you want to do this again? Do you want to sign up? There's no weird conversation about that, right? And then if they do, I'll say, hey, man, because you've been so loyal, I'm going to add, an additional month or 2 for free coaching, or I'll give you 10% off. Then that will give them more referrals, right? So right now, yours is all based off of referrals, which is great because we want people that trust you, know you, and deliver. But then there's also going to be ways that we're going to streamline outreach for you. Okay. So as we dive into this, we're going to show you how we can do 1 hour's worth of work, get 14 pieces of content created out of that. And then also how to streamline outreach so it doesn't seem so painstakingly torturous, right?
Yeah.
No one likes outreach, man. I'm just going to be 100% honest. But if we just being honest, man, I was the same way. I hate it, right? I'm not even a big social media guy, to be honest with you, right?
Me neither, dude.
At a certain age, I'm like, man, fuck this. Like, hey, I got to figure out another way. So if you're open to getting creative and resourceful, I think outside of the box, right? So I'm really well known in my local community. So I'll do outreach because I know people are warm leads. So my wife, she's in healthcare. Guess who some of the most unhealthiest people are? Healthcare workers. So I'll go do free seminars, resources, but I'll talk to their CEOs first and say, hey, this is how I can maximize hours, make sure people aren't calling in sick as much, you're getting more productivity. I'm getting about 15 referrals a shot off of that. I'm also partnered with local supplement companies out here. So I have all my clients on specific supplementation. That supplement company sees that I'm like, helping their business out. They're giving me about 30 referrals and discounts every single month because I'm helping them out, right? Anyone that goes into a supplement shop is pretty health conscious to a degree, or they have some type of goal, right? So by the time I already reach out to them or they're reaching out to me, there's already some level of trust because that supplement company is referring me to a ton of people, right? So again, is that outreach? Yes, but these are a lot warmer leads. And now the probability of me closing these people down are significantly higher, right? So I'm utilizing my local area. Now, as far as the people that I don't, you're talking about niching down. Yes, there's a thing, right? So when I was younger, I only wanted to work with athletes, right? Because they're structured, they're disciplined, they want all these things. Problem with that is if you're an athlete and you're not a professional, you don't got dick for money. So now I can't charge high ticket because those athletes can't afford it, right? Because they're still in the process of getting to where they want. So now what I do is I gear after high impact men or high level men ages 35 to 50. At 35 to 50, especially 35, you kind of have an idea of where your life was looking at. You probably have a career in mind. But now I'm speaking to their pain points. At 35 to 50, and you're a high level executive or an entrepreneur, what type of problems do you foresee those men having?
Are you actually asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you, like, give me an
Yeah.
idea of what you think their problems would be.
Well, first thing that anyone says, I don't have the time. So you're obviously busy with life. I'm assuming at 35, if you have no kids, you're going to be probably career oriented. And if you do have kids, now you're career oriented and a family man and a husband. So, those are four big ones or three big ones right there, which is going to consume probably 80% of your time. And then everybody wants time to relax and feel good about relaxing, which
Correct.
that could be, a mental game because we fill ourselves with these shoulds. Correct. So I would say that's like the majority of anyone that's there. And then obviously any previous injuries that could have happened over the years that you never decided to tackle, which can also be a scary factor of, putting your trust into somebody like yourself or myself. Yep. Is saying that you're not going to further inhibit my, pain. So,
yep. So think a general. So like, I love everywhere that you're going. You're right. Time is a huge thing, right? Because if you're so induced with work and you are a family man, you're probably not very present with your kids and you're not present with your wife. If you're not present with your wife or the kids, she starts resenting you. And when you are home, guess what she no longer wants to do for you? Intimacy. So men are geared off of sex, power, and money. You take one of those away, it becomes a major problem for them. So I'm speaking to them as, how can we still be the man in the business room, but still have a balance in life and still make changes to where it's going to only enhance our performance in the workflow and within our families, right? So with all that being said, I've narrowed it down to the age demographic. However, what I'm posting and what I'm showing them different variations and alterations, I'm still attracting I still have a lot of athletes coming in. I even have women who, even though my goal is to help more men, I still get a lot of women filtering. So my point is, you niche down, you'll still be able to help people what you enjoy doing. It's like, I'm a men's professional IPE pro, so in men's physique bodybuilding, I'm a speed and agility specialist. I have all these things that I don't even really utilize for the majority of my clientele. However, I'll have a couple of those trickle in, and those will be like the more funner people to work with. But at the end of the day, it's attracted a large demographic of people, but my main demographic is higher profile people. So I'm not really having to worry about the price point anymore, right?
Yeah.
So as you start dialing that down, you don't have to negotiate your price or have to drop your prices anymore. I want you to think about your worth as a trainer, okay? So I want you to think of when you work out. Let me just ask you this. What's your favorite brand of clothes to wear and why?
Believe it or not, right now it's a very small company, and because it's my friend's company, that's why it's my favorite brand. It's called Heavy Doses, based out of Flint, Michigan, that he started. He just got his pro card, and he's trying to do the whole clothing thing. And
Yeah.
I wear his stuff every time I go to the gym. So, but before that, Nike.
So when you were wearing Nike, obviously Nike is associated with a higher price tag, right? Why did you choose Nike? Why was that your number one brand that you used to like to wear?
Because it makes you feel.
Boom. Exactly. So right there, that's where I'm going. So for instance, I do the same thing. I'll buy a $50 dry fit shirt that I could probably get from Walmart without the swoosh. But that swoosh makes me feel a different way. I feel more confident. I feel like there's higher qualities associated with it. Girls wear Lululemon pants, $150 for a pair of stretch pants. Why? It makes their ass look good. They feel comfortable. They feel confident, right? Lamborghini. You don't even need to advertise. People just know where to get it. So my point is, higher quality. There's like a level of like you want to be a part of that. Now, if you keep on dropping your prices, people don't see you as that worth, ironically enough, right? Yeah. So a lot of trainers keep on dropping their 300 is too much. I'll go 250, and now all of a sudden they get themselves where they have a shit ton of clients, but now no one's willing to pay. Now it's a negotiation and those people know that because they know you're relying upon them. Versus you putting out something where it's like, hey, I totally get it. This isn't going to work for you. If you're going only based off of cost, you're going to sacrifice quality. If you're going to go off of quality, you're going to have to invest in a little bit more price, right? Essentially.
Yep.
So I want you to think of the value that you bring, especially if it's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. Now, really quick, have you done any in-person training, like as far as for a gym or anything like that?
Yeah, I worked for a open contract gym. It was called CNE, and I got to bring in my own clients. But that was literally at most like probably just I had just got my certification, and I got in there for about 4 months with 5 people that I knew, 3 of them being from my restaurant job. So it was very inconsistent though. Like, you know, everybody was still about it, especially I'd see people at work, but then they would cancel on me or whatever. And that was like that immediate, like, I heard the stories and I'm like, oh, it won't be that bad. And within those 4 months, I was like ready to just be like, fuck this, I got to figure out something else. Wow. But then the online thing, when I took that chance, man, I was like, this is doable. Yeah. This is totally possible. So yeah, that's my experience. Not much in gym other than obviously I've been in the gym 5 days a week for like 4 years now. And then before that, I have, 10 years of experience. So I have a lot of experience working with others, just never being professionally paid or considered. Like no one's called me coach, you know?
Totally get that. Now, what cert do you have right now?
The cert just ran out, dude. It just ran out in February. It was ISSA, and the only reason I haven't jumped on it is because in the state of Colorado, you just have to have health insurance or insurance backing up your fitness. I mean, if you guys require it, I'm more than happy to go through that process of getting it back. But my experience, nobody has ever asked me, hey, what certs do you have? No one's ever fucking asked me.
We actually offer that solution for you. We offer an online coaching certification, so that way you feel qualified. So it says that you're an online fitness coach. It's equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. The cool thing is too, it's backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world: ISSA, ACE, and NASM. So if you still have your ISSA, that would be continuing education credits as well. Cool.
Gotcha. Cool. So
that would be kind of like a very quick review for you, a guy with your, experience. It's nice to have though, but that's at no additional charge as well. So that's just something that we throw into our program as well.
Oh, sweet. That's fucking awesome.
Now, as far as to go full time, I know you said right now you're serving. What are you making serving 3 times a week? And then also separate from that, what are we making in totality with your online services?
So I have 3 clients. That's $300, unfortunately. That's where I'm sad. And then serving, despite only working 15 days a month, I'm still pulling in about 3,000.
Okay, so cool. So in totality, about 3,300.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a good month. You know what I'm saying? Like, serving varies. It's anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500. So
beautiful. Now, what would you need to be making to feel comfortable to go full time?
To go full time after tax, I would need at least 45 to 5,000. Fuck it, let's just say 5,000. Let's shoot for the stars. 5,000 after tax.
I love that. So to give you some context behind that, industry averages on the very low end 250 per month, on the upper end 500. So right now, as you know, you're grossly undercutting yourself right now, so that's why we're in that problem, right?
Yeah.
So with your line of expertise, like let's just say, man, I really don't foresee you charging anything below 350 to 400 per month, not per, like for per each client. So say for instance, if you had 25 clients, that gets you 10K, right? If you had 15 clients, that gets you 6K. So that's well over the 5K mark. Now, to give you some context, the average basic student in our program, you can expect to make anywhere between 6,500 to 8K after 4 months. That's the basic. Mediocre individuals making 6,500 to 8K. Okay. So again, that's still well over where we're currently at. And I don't really foresee you as a basic average guy. Obviously, you came here for a specific reason. You have some experience. It sounds like you're tired of trying to swing the fucking bat blindfolded, right?
Yeah.
Like we're going for pinatas right now, right?
Yeah, dude. Taking anything.
Cool, man. So it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, we're here obviously for some financial freedom. We want that flexibility because we don't want to work a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
But more importantly, you had mentioned it started off when you're younger, just to like do things to be in the gym, but now you know that you actually want to impact more people's lives, correct?
Precisely. Yeah.
What else do you feel like online coaching is going to give you specifically? Like, are we looking for more time to travel, more flexibility? What are we looking for?
Oh, absolutely. I live in Boulder, so it's just like I utilize that to my fullest extent. I love, long trail runs, climbing, kayaking, camping, spending time with my girlfriend, all that stuff. We're actually moving in together on June 1st. We're headed to Thailand.
Shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm nervous as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, we're headed to Thailand in November. So, she just graduated from CU with a double major. And it's just like, it's just all this stuff is happening. And even though it's like happening, I'm busy, but I'm keeping myself busy. And what I wanted to be doing is fucking working. That's like the serious side of it, is like, this is what I want to be doing, because it's kind of, it's like, it's become my identity anyway over this past year. I used to talk about fitness here and there, definitely at the gym, but like now, like even at work, I pass out my card at least 2 or 3 times a day, because people just see what I look like. And they ask like, hey, were you just born that way? And it's like, yeah, asshole. But it's just like, it's so easy to just kind of like be this person. And I also, if somebody wants to talk about diet and nutrition, buckle up, because I'll ramble for the next 2 hours. I love talking about it, man. I love supplementation, diet, exercises. What are your goals? And, just asking that question. And a lot of people don't even know where to start. So then I realized I had to backpedal and realize how much of being a coach is a mindset thing, where I thought I was just handing out sets and reps. And it's like, no, man, like a lot of people just start from that, my mentor, he said something really good. He goes, you have to put yourself in the shoes that you were in when you started. And it's just like, yeah, getting to the gym was the hard part, let alone caring what supplement to take or reps to do. So I've just that's where like trying to find the right clients. Like I kind of want people that, maybe some guy that's already been going to the gym for 6 months and he's ready to change gears. So that's kind of what made me like really want to dive into this, was that I love the mindset talk. I like trying to pick people up and get to really know them. Yeah, money's great, but I've had moments in my life where I have all the money I need and moments where I'm flat broke. It creates convenience, not happiness for me. I would say that's only because I've only hit a certain limit. I don't know how I'd feel if I had a fucking jet ski in my backyard, but you know what I'm saying.
So now that we know what you need to make to get out to be like full-time coaching, best case scenario, what would you like to see yourself making?
Best case scenario, like yearly or monthly?
Monthly. Let's go for monthly.
Monthly? Shit, dude. If I could hit even just a 10K month, for me at my level at life, that's more money than I know what to do with. At 10K, I buy a house, I guess. Like, That would be
What,
dope.
yeah, what would you do with that extra money? What type of things would you do? I know you mentioned travel and stuff like
Yeah.
that. What else?
First off, I want to grow this fucking business, man. I want every dollar that I get invested for at least, like, I don't care how long it takes. It's an addiction in a weird way. I love that challenge of growth. Um, so, I mean, that would be the more serious, and I would base that off of percentages of earnings. And as far as fun stuff, yeah, I'm buying the nice Airbnb up in Steamboat to go snowboarding for 5 days with a
Yeah.
group of friends. And then I would love to. I'm originally from Delaware, so all my family and like childhood friends, they're all still there. I would go see mom and dad, just say hi whenever the fuck I want on a random Tuesday, surprise them because I can afford a $600 plane ticket, you
Yeah.
know. So that's the biggest things, man. Traveling with loved ones and going to see people and grow my business. That's probably the three biggest things I would do.
I love that. Now, let me ask you this. Where would you like to see yourself in the next 4 to 6 months different from where you're currently at?
Um, Good question. I guess not. I guess I definitely out of the fucking service industry, man. Been there for almost 12 years. I'm 29, going on 30. Been doing it since I was 17. I'm done. That's probably I would say with my personality, the biggest motivator was hatred for one thing and just kind of grinding to the next thing. But that was the surprise of this, is I was happy, or like I am happy. I just want to be doing more of it. So I want to be out of my job, and this is like really shooting for the stars, but I would like to be that guy whose wife doesn't have to work. I would love that. I would love that. And to be, in my early 30s and being able to provide like that, that's where I'm not married, but the one I'm with, that's kind of where I see it going. So yeah, things could change, but fuck it. I'm just leaning into it. So yeah, that's kind of where I see myself in the next 4 months, is being able to just provide myself, more importantly, and be out of that job. I guess
Yeah.
that's the two biggest things: provide for myself through my own business, having the systems and processes established, and just kind of, even though I'm still figuring out how to grow my business, there's a roof over my head, which I think is what that's what I said in that little review thing. It's like, I
Yeah.
just want to be able to afford the roof over my head, man. And I'm not too worried about, am I going to be able to travel? Am I going to have time off? I really don't fucking care about that part as much as I care about just doing what needs to be done. And I just need to know what it is that I need to do so I can get it done, if that makes sense. So,
Dude, yeah, man, that's the easiest thing. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, Dane. Like you mentioned, like right now, especially as a man, being a provider and someone that can secure, a house and have generational wealth for their future family, that's huge, right? And that
yeah.
says a lot to your woman, especially if she's about to move in with you. She's going to be, women won't tell you, but as soon as they get that key, expectations go through that fucking roof, man.
I bet, man. I fucking bet. I
So it's
believe.
no longer Netflix and chill, and they expect your ass to step up, man.
Yeah, and that's
Cool, man.
that's real quick. That's what I told her. I said, I'm tired of this feeling like some fucking high school project.
Yeah.
I need, like, I'm in here dancing for a fucking reel, and I'm sitting here talking about wanting to provide.
Yeah.
Like, I know that might be part of it here and there, but I just know there's got to be more. So that's why I'm here.
100%. Now let me ask you this: with where your current state is with the online, right? And you're trying to figure some things out, and with your serving, on an average basis, what's the stress levels like every day? From like a 1 to a 10, 1 like, yeah, it's not much. 10 is like, holy fuck, something's got to change.
Gotcha. Believe it or not, that part is not too bad, man. Stress. I don't know if you've ever served tables. I don't know if I'm numb to it. I get emotional stress. Like, if she's in a bad mood or something, I'll get in a bad mood. Surprise.
Yeah.
But when it comes to workload, like, shit, dude, I'll come home and I just got off work. I just left at 2:30, got that stuff done. I'm sitting here with you. I kind of love that kind of pace, So I don't really get too stressed if there's too much on my plate. So I guess on a number like 5, it's like very in the middle. It's either, you know, a little bad or none at all. And then when it's real bad, it's usually, like I said, emotional stuff. It's never the physical work that I have to do. If that, I don't know if that's what you're asking, but
yeah, 100%. It sounds like you're a guy that likes to maximize every second of his day. You like
unfortunately, that's my stress. Is how can I maximize every second of the day? You know, I'm up at 5 a.m. in the gym by 5:45, and it's nonstop till, you know, I take a couple breaks, lunch, take a walk, whatever, go out, get some sunshine. But like, I don't care if I'm on my computer till 11 p.m. and do it all over again.
Well, dude, at the age that you're at with no kids, this is the perfect time to be able to do that. So there's nothing wrong with that because you are truly having the mindset of an entrepreneur. You're going to have a specific mindset based upon the life that you want. And we're actually going to help you develop daily, weekly routines based upon those specific goals as well.
Gotcha. And
cool, man. I know that you mentioned you already kind of have a mentor, but what are you looking outside of the mentor that you currently have? What do you feel like you need from us to be massively successful?
The systems and processes basically for personal trainers. So the guy I work with, he no longer works with personal trainers. And I asked him, I said, because it's hard. And he was like, absolutely. And it just didn't align with him. So he helps a lot of entrepreneurs, and he does have, he's very successful in what he does. But I like you guys because it's specific to what I want to fucking do with my life. You're not just helping a broad spectrum of, you know, people, you know, life coaches, spirituality coaches, busy CEOs. Like, no, you're specifically for what I want to do, you know. And that was the main thing that caught my attention to, you know, I was talking about, like, sometimes I have my low points. I always make the jump when I'm hitting low. And that's when I even reached out to you guys, because I was like, dude, what's there to lose on my end? So I wanted to have this conversation just to kind of feel things out. And, you know, I've definitely have gone through a shit ton of information from all the stuff you guys have on the website, and like free stuff and testimonials and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, just do it. Just talk to the guy. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Dude, I love that you've done your due diligence. I love the fact that you've researched for a year. You've tried some shit on your own. You got certified. You dipped your feet in the pool, right? So you know what it's like as well. And then you've tried mentors as well. So it sounds like you've tried a lot of things. You got to the point where you're like, you know what? Now I actually need specific guidance. So we're in a good spot, man. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over like a brief overview on like what we offer, and then we're going to deep dive into the actual modules. You cool with that?
Yep. Sounds great.
All right, my man. Let me know when you can see my screen, or we're going to have a little party.
Cool. I got it.
Cool. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a quality rating of an A out of a possible A+, which really solidifies who we are in this space. We're also backed, as mentioned earlier, by 3 of the biggest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. Now, on the success ladder, we do have 2 tiers. We have the 10K Accelerator. We've got Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is ideal for an individual such as yourself, someone who has some experience, they had a certification, but they're really looking to change the game and make a big impact on the online space. The information in this course will get you from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months, if so desired. Now, Mastery Level is for individuals who have been hitting 10K on a regular basis, but their focal point is to get to 100K per month. They want to remove themselves from coaching one day and become more of a CEO of their own program, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So where we're currently at, we're really going to focus on the 10K. Now, the 10K Accelerator, it's really broken down into 4 phases. The first thing that we really want to do is get your first couple clients right out the gate to make sure that you're actually a legitimate business. We need paying clients. From there, we'll establish a solid business foundation. Then this is going to be your pain point, teach you how to generate leads organically, but we're going to do it through AI software. So maximizing your efficiency. Then we'll even develop sales and retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, you're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach. This individual has completed 10K and Mastery Level, which means they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own. So they're battle tested. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual to really review where you want to be at, the most efficient way to get there. Every 2 weeks, you'll have one-on-one coaching calls, very similar to this. Review the game plan, receive feedback, get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the next 2 weeks. This will be a huge one for you. Once we're averaging about 2 sales Zoom calls a week and we completed all the sales modules, we're going to introduce you to a sales coach. This will help maximize your closing ability and get more of a return of investment. Okay. 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. This will go over client objection handling, client delivery, mindset issues, anything you can think of. We'll deep dive into these calls. Outside of that, you're going to have 24/5 tech support with your coach. So you can ask them as many questions as you want. They're contractually obligated to answer all of them within that 24-hour time frame. Okay. Now, you already know this. Becoming entrepreneurs, it's dope, but it's overwhelming as hell. So we came with the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, journaling, meditation sessions to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward with your business. As far as the resources go, you're going to have the course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. We'll even give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes within your program. And then we also offer that optional certification, as mentioned earlier, at no additional charge. Okay. Now, here's the secret sauce on how to get you from 0 to 10K, the 4 phases. Act first. What does that mean? We're going to launch our business. We're going to let people know who we are, what we're about, but we're going to use specific strategies that we've tried before that work to get your first couple clients right out the gate. Once we do that, we're then going to make you a legitimate business. We're going to help set up your LLC, get all your back end administration work set up. But more importantly, we're going to figure out who we're helping. What problems do we solve? Based upon that, we can create our offer around that. Okay, so this first 2 months, the first 2 phases will be within the first month to month and a half. Phase 3 and phase 4, we're going to develop consistency. We're going to teach you your organic marketing strategies utilizing AI technology. We'll teach you how to generate leads with NLCA's community lead generation method. And then we'll also teach you basic sales funnel creations to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is all the fine tuning. We're going to maximize your sales skills, get you closing at a 40% clip or greater, really emphasize consistent client delivery systems, but have a more of an emphasis on customer support and client retention. We want to keep people happy for long periods of time. We want to advance them to higher levels of our programming. Any questions on that?
No, everything's clear.
Cool. All right. So there's going to be a total of 32 modules. Each module will have an overview link that you can read. It'll also be associated with videos. The overview link and the videos are tutorial style. They literally go step by step, so there's no guesswork at all. Okay. First thing that we really want to focus on, what are the first stages of becoming full-time? That's your overall goal. Whoops. What's going on here? Hold on. Let me log back in. Time me out. Okay. All right. First steps here. We're going to use specific strategies to get your first couple clients. The cool thing is some of the stuff that we're going to implement is already done for you, so it maximizes your time. You're more efficient. Okay? From there, we're going to move into the 10K Accelerator Directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capacity. Okay. From there, we're going to move into the 10K roadmap. It's going to be a 2-part phase. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K? What do we need to get from 5 to 10? So again, videos, tutorial style, you'll know exactly what to expect, never any guesswork. From there, the mindset and lifestyle module. Based upon your specific goals, we're going to create daily routines and strategies to put in place, but we're also going to make sure you're in a good headspace to move forward with your business. Anxiety, fear of failure, all natural, normal feelings. Dude, it doesn't matter if you're making 100K a month, you'll still have these thoughts, but how can we move forward, right? From there, we're going to show you what the top 10 struggles are that you're going to face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we've also provided solutions. So the first one here, struggling to send DMs, that got your name all over it, right? So we'll show you how to get past that. Now, administration systems and Chat GPT is where things get really interesting. Have you ever heard of Chat GPT?
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, so it's like Google on steroids, your own personal virtual assistant. We're going to show you how to utilize this to set up SOPs, create resources, even utilize it for programming and nutrition as well. It maximizes your time. Okay.
I love that.
From there, we're going to show you how to set up Wave or Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly to book calls. And then we even have applications you can utilize to load all of your programming, all of your nutrition into one spot for your clients. Okay. We're going to do the same thing here for your financial systems. So we're going to help set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, health insurance, business liability insurance, you name it, we talk about it. Now, the cool thing about this is, Cool thing about this is back when you used to have to file for your LLC, it take 2 to 3 weeks. We're partnered with an AI company, it takes 2 to 3 hours. It's essentially the same cost, but a fraction of the time. So now we're being more efficient. Okay. From there, we're going to move into target setting. We're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your specific goals. And then we're going to go into identifying your ideal challenge. Okay. What problem does your program solve for individuals? Based upon that, we can then create our offer and pricing around that. It's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, do it yourself program. Obviously, the more that you do, the more that you offer, the higher the ticket offers. Those will be established upon your length of terms. We help with the structure of your pricing. We teach you how to create downsells and discounts when applicable. Okay. From there, we're going to move into organic marketing. So we're going to teach you now how to do 1 hour's worth of work, get 14 pieces of content created out of that. So again, being efficient with your time, maximizing it to its fullest. Then we're going to show you how to set up podcasts and YouTube. We want to expand your reach. We want people to know who you are and what you're about. From there, we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Now, it's more than just randomly posting multiple times a day. Very specific strategies and resources involved in here. Okay, so all things Instagram, all things Facebook, all the way down to the hashtag use, and everyone's new favorite, all things TikTok related as well. Okay, I don't fuck with TikTok. I'm too old for it, but we'll show you how to maximize it. Okay.
All right.
Now, you mentioned earlier you have some experience with Canva. We're going to introduce you to Canva, Canva Pro, and Microsoft Design. We want to make sure your social media is kind of like a storefront. So you go out shopping, something attracts you in that window. It makes you guys want to go inside. Essentially, we want the same thing with your social media. So we're going to really show you how to make it more organized, more aesthetically pleasing, even good for branding as well. From there, we're going to move into the 10K lead generation framework. There's 3 different ways we do this. The first of which is what we call earned media. So I want you to think of this as people coming to you. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to set up a WhatsApp group. We're going to tell you why it's important and really how to set it up and maximize it. Okay. From there, we're going to move into very specific strategies to get you more people coming to you. So cross-pollination, example of this, you're partnering with the coach. Their audience sees you, your audience sees them, you're grabbing more followers, and now people are more associated with who you are. Free resources, everybody loves free shit, right? So getting people bought in on you by you offering them different like resources such as nutrition or free workouts, things of that nature. The major one that I really like to highlight, the scholarship strategy, gets people in the door right away and really curious. We even have something we call to actions as well. Now, the opposite of all of this is what we're going to call conversation calls. This is like outbound marketing, or you reaching out to individuals first. So now that we have that WhatsApp group, we're going to figure out who we're going to be identifying on who we want to message and how to create more of an intimate relationship, more like it makes it feel like more one-on-one. Now, the point of this is to have them in this with some of the people that you already have signed so they can ask questions. They feel like they're part of the community. And by the time they get on that sales call, they're a much warmer lead because they have a trust in you. Okay. Now, we're going to give you specific scripts. We'll give you conversation to call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships so you don't have to rely strictly on referrals. Cool?
Yep.
From there, we're going to move into your bread and butter, referrals, right? Friends, families, coworkers, talking about how dope you are. We're going to give you different examples and incentives to get people to want to bring you more referrals without you actually having to ask for them, okay? From there, we're going to move into the fine tuning of things. So sales overview and fundamentals. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be good at sales. You got to learn to love it. We're going to show you how to maximize your sales capabilities to set up 2 different types of phone calls. The first of which, the meet and greet, kind of like a screening call, trying to figure out, do I really want to work with this person? Can I actually solve their problems? So we'll give you real-time examples with our coach. Then we're going to move into the closing call. You're trying to lock down this lead, turn them into a client. So we'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. Creating financing options will be a game changer for you to get people in that normally couldn't afford it. And then again, we'll really show you how to lock down that lead once and for all. Now, once you have locked down that lead, we want to track everything. We want to see who's showing up to calls, who's closing on those calls, who do we need to follow up with. We want predictable data every single month. Then the objection handling web, what is that? It's the million excuses that you'll get from people every time you get on a phone call. You've heard these before. We'll give you over 20 different scenarios that you're going to hear on a regular basis. So that way, the more that you're familiar with these objections, the more prepared you are for the sales call. And then you can kind of tell them why it's so important for them to follow through. From there, we're going to move on to the onboarding process. This is probably one of the most overlooked areas for most trainers. First 30 days in your program. This makes or breaks if people want to fuck with you or not. Okay. So making sure this is memorable, giving them something tangible in their hands within that first 24 to 48 hours while you're building out that program. Okay. Again, we want to make sure this is a unique experience for them. From their client delivery, you know all about this week-to-week process and how you deliver services, but how can we do it more efficiently? And again, how can we utilize ChatGPT to speed up this process for resources, workout materials, things of that nature? Okay. This will happen to you. You mentioned this earlier. No matter how good you are, someone's going to quit. They're going to ghost you. They're going to tell you to fuck off without telling you to fuck off, right? So we're going to show you how to incentivize them to execute at a high level. Oftentimes, they just want more community. Sometimes they want more one-on-one access to you. Some of them want challenges, and some of them want to be incentivized to do what's already expected of them. We'll give you resources and strategies to make that happen for them, okay? From there, we're going to move into customer support, the not so fun side of things. What do we do if someone wants to cancel? They want a refund. How do we mitigate those issues, and how do we track it? And then from there, we have retention. We want to keep people for long periods of time, advance into higher levels of our programming, and learn how to track all that, okay? From there, next steps, all right? So now we're hitting 10K a month. How much more do we want to grow? This is usually when we start talking about hiring a DMer, running ads, essentially teaching you how to run leaders. So you can step away from the day-to-day monotonous stuff and start focusing more on the stuff that you really love to do, as in like not have to do DMing anymore, right? Hiring someone out for that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do a quick recap and we'll answer any questions you got. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. The program itself, it's going to be 4 months long. You'll have your customized game planning call. You're going to have a one-on-one coach the entire enrollment period. You'll have a sales coach. You'll have every 2 weeks, you'll have coaching calls, the Facebook community CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, the optional certification, and the business course curriculum. Is there anything you feel like we're missing?
No, not yet. Yeah, not yet. Everything.
How we feeling so
great.
far? We liking it. We loving it.
Dude, I honestly fucking love it because a lot of the stuff you were going over with, I am familiar, but not a master. So much of it, I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking of all the things I've tried, and I think my timing's off, and my full understanding of how to utilize these processes is just off. And it's more of a reason why I'm here today. So keep going.
And the cool thing about this is it's not just you having to figure this out on your own. You're having someone guiding you the whole entire time, right? Multiple resources of people saying, hey, you're doing great here, but let's really put an emphasis on this. As far as testimonials, I know that you watched quite a bit of them, so I'm going to skip over to the averages. A lot of people want to know what the basic person's doing in our program. This is really cool, man. 73% of our students sign their first client in month 1. On average, it takes them just 1 week to do so. So the individuals that are signing their client in month 1, by the end of month 4, are averaging 8K a month. Okay. Now the individuals that are not getting their first client month 1, but by the end of month 4, are averaging 6,500. Now this is really cool because these averages are built on our past data. We have the 10K accelerator that just rolled out like literally a month ago. Okay. So can you imagine now the changes, how these numbers will change? That's awesome. Of the students who hit a 10K month, it takes them 13 weeks on average. Now, this is huge. The students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on the roster on average. Those individuals that have 97 clients are averaging $366,000 a year. It's a lot of traveling. It's doing whatever the fuck you want to do when you want, right?
Yeah.
And then the students are grading the program a 4.5 out of 5 on average, which means they're getting massive results for their respectful businesses. Any questions on the averages?
No.
Cool. Now, I know you've been doing a shit ton of your homework. Have you heard about our 3 times investment guarantee?
I have not.
My God. Come on, man. I'm going to tell you about that one.
All right.
So this is cool. A lot of companies will have a money back guarantee. We actually have a money back guarantee, plus you're going to make a specific amount guarantee. Okay. So essentially, to 3 times your investment, we actually got to try a little bit. We got to attend our game planning call. We got to attend all of our one-on-one coaching calls, which is 2 per month, 1 group support call each week. You can only spend 2 weeks on the certification. Got to run a scholarship in the first 90 days. All these things are only to maximize your success, and then have no late payments. If you do all of this, we're guaranteeing you're 3 times what you invested in, or you get 100% refund. Now, year to date, we've helped over 3,000 students. We've only had to return 1.6%. It's a pretty good batting average. Okay. Does that make you feel a little bit more confident?
Yeah, sounds like you just got to show up. Sounds like
that's it. So the way that I like to explain this is, think about it back in school. A teacher said, hey, there's an open book test. We're like an open book test with the answers highlighted and circled in red. If you choose not to look at that, you're a fucking idiot, right? Like it's that easy, right?
Yeah.
Cool,
Exactly.
man. Now, before we move, next we're going to move into what's this thing going to cost us, right? So there'll be a payment plan or there'll be a paid in full option. Payment plan means we put down a deposit, we spread the rest out over the remaining 4 months. A paid in full just means we pay the whole thing up front and we save a specific amount of money. Now, no matter where you're at financially, that's the easiest thing for me to work around. We have extended payment plans, we have financing options. If this is truly in alignment with what you want to do, I got something for you. It's that easy for me, okay?
Yep.
Now, before we dive into that, if you can give me a reminder of really what online training or online coaching is going to give you as an individual, run that by me one more time.
Online coaching sounds like it's at that kind of level. It's going to be a lot more freedom of just what do I want to do with my life. And again, this sounds really exciting because I'm at level 1, meaning I would be able to push past that part, which I think that's what I would want to do with my time in my life. If, graduating from 10K a month and I'm like, this isn't shit. Like the idea of going 10K isn't shit. I think that's what I want to do right now. It's always evolving. I can't just say this is the dream idea, but that right there, 10K a month, I would shit bricks, dude. That sounds amazing. I know it's to some people it's like whatever, but for me, I don't think anyone in my family makes 10K a month. So it's just like that idea right there. I'd be, in the stars, man. And I would love to just keep going from that because I think, at all of us in fitness, it's like, how far can we go? I think that's one of the biggest addictive traits of everything we do. So yeah, that's what online training would be able to do, is just give me a jaw-dropping experience of how far can we take this.
I love that, man. All right, you ready to talk about this? What's it going to cost us?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, man. It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing, man. There's a payment plan at $7,000, and there's a paid full option that saves you $800 at $6,200. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
6,200. Honestly, I would definitely, just for sake of it, go with the payment plan. Pay in full, I don't know. I guess, put it this way, I'll let you know, I can do either. I can do either. It's just more so I hate this part about me. I'm the safety guy. I'm like, what if, what if your fucking car blows up? So I'm just, I'm okay, but I ain't great. So I would say the payment plan would be safety for me, and the pay in full would be all in.
Well, so let's talk about this. Before we even talk about moving forward on either one of those, let me ask you a couple questions, okay?
Sure thing.
Now, after seeing the presentation, do you feel like this checks all the boxes for what you're looking for?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's not the price that scares me. It's not. It's the price, I knew it wouldn't be cheap, and it sounds, with your conversion rates and everything that you guys are offering is exactly what I fucking need. Cool. So I think it's a fair price, and I think it is good. So it's not that it scares me. I guess it's just, again, like I said, when I showed up here today, it's kind of like, let's see what's going on. So I'll, at the end of the day, I'm going to need time to think about it, talk about it with a specific somebody. So, and really dive into, thinking about the next 4 months, because if I do this, I'm all in, like I'm going to be consumed. So let's
talk about this. I'm going to make it easy on you, man. Okay. I'm gonna give you I can't pass this up type of shit right now, man. This is what I do. Okay. So obviously, who doesn't want to save $800, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't I do this? Why not take that paid in full and turn it into a payment plan for you? So normally I don't do that, but you've done your due diligence. You've looked at us for over a year. You said you know you need this. So how that would look is we'd put down half. So 3,100 today. I'd give you 60 days to pay out the second half.
Gotcha.
So that gives you time to really get confident, build up your business. Think what the average person right now is signing their first client in month one. 73% of the people are signing their client in month one, on average taking them 1 week. You're a trainer, you have experience, you have past certifications. Do you really consider yourself average?
No.
Okay, so think where you could be at in literally 60 days, much less a month from now. Think about 60 days from now where you could be at.
Damn, dude, why'd you have to do that?
Gotta help you out, my man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah. I like it. I still gotta talk, man. I appreciate it, but I still got, the $800, it's, you know, if I sign up for this, it shouldn't be the thing that makes or breaks me. And that's how I kind of view it. As far as financially, it's just, again, I just, I was curious, is there a way, I know I opted in for this to be recorded. Am I able to watch this again?
Yeah, man, I can do that, or I can even send you like a more condensed version of what the 10K thing is. So that way, if you're watching, or your girl has to watch it, you're not having to watch an hour plus of us talking shit.
Yeah, that's perfect, because yeah, that's what I'd like. And it's not really about anything that, yeah, like she won't interfere too much. I got my own money and whatnot, but I just would definitely have to go over timing and stuff. I told you I was leaving for Thailand, which I don't think I got to start now so it doesn't overlap. And I don't know. I hate to be selfish. I could care less if I went on the trip, if I had a fucking successful company that allows me to go whenever the fuck I please. So that's I got to sit with myself, man.
When is Thailand?
It's at the end of November.
Okay, so cool. So do you mind if I challenge you a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, so check this out. So totally get that, and I totally respect that you got to think things through. Usually when someone says, I got to think about it, because I'm gonna speak from personal experience. I was the same way. All right. Usually it's one of the few things. One, I don't believe that the company that I'm just interviewing or that I'm watching is going to give me the results I want. So I don't think the program is going to give me the results. Or it could mean that you're actually be fully committed into executing on your end. Or three is just a financial thing. Out of those three, which one do you think most resonates with you?
The financial thing of a lot of summer plans and stuff that I would have to sacrifice, which it's not so much of me sacrificing, it's the people that it affects. So I have to kind of weigh my pros and cons of taking away certain things, because I have the best girlfriend in the world. She'll support me. And if I tell her like, hey, we're going to have to cancel this, cancel that, but it's for a much greater in return, it's just a conversation I have to have. Like I said, we're moving in on fucking Thursday, dude. I'm nervous. Like, so it's just like, this is a big commitment. And it's also, priorities in a sense of like what she thinks matters to me. And I'm not going to exclude her out of it. And hell, she might say, I'll help you pay for it if she's that excited about it. So I'll show you, send me that information of everything we kind of discussed, of what it's diving into. And then I'll be able to, she knows everything that I've been trying, how she has a health and wellness thing she does for making herbs and shit. So it's just like, she'll understand where I'm coming from. And, if I get pretty much, I'll say this, if I get the go ahead and there's really no like craziness, I'll probably end up, dude, I'm going to reach back out to you no matter what. So it's, I do want to do this. And I know if I sign up, when I sign up, I'll be committed to show up, and that part's easy for me because I'm all in once I do go into something like this. And that is definitely a price to initiate some fucking trying. So, this ain't
Sure.
no
Now,
$300 special.
no, now as far as time goes, if you can literally dictate 10 to 20 hours per week, that's it. You're in a solid spot, right?
Okay.
So right now with serving, you're working 3 days a week, right? But every day you're working on this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to think right now, 10 to 20 hours per week, you're in a good spot. Anything over 20 hours, you're in a dangerously great spot. Do you feel like you could dictate 10 to 20 hours starting off?
That's easy. Yeah, 10 to 20 hours. That part would be easy. Like I said, I have four whole days of whatever the fuck I want to do, essentially.
Cool.
Uh, that side job pays the bills, and then the 4 days I've been trying to build a business for a year, and yeah, so I'd be able to do that, full blast.
Perfect. So what I'd like is, so now that we know that the time is not an issue, okay, so there's not a whole lot of time you're actually going to have to sacrifice for your lady or for your family, right? If we know that only we need 10 to 20 hours, and I'm gonna give you some context behind it, how I did it. I used to be an in-person trainer working 40, I had 40 clients, and I trained them 2 to 3 times per week.
Two.
So my day started about 4:30 in the morning. I get done at about 8:30 at night. So I was making great money. I was charging $150 a session. I have a wife and I have 5 kids. Okay. So how I would do it is when on the way to the gym, I would pop in a module, listen to it. On the way home, pop in a module. During lunch break, pop in a module. When I was doing cardio before I worked out, popping in a module. So it can happen a lot faster than what you'd expect, right? So if our only thing that we're worrying about right now is having to sacrifice someone else's time, you're really not, if that makes sense. Dictate 10 to 20 hours. Now, the second thing is you had mentioned that you've been at this now for a year, right? Let's just say, and your girl knows how important this is to you. The cool thing is me and my wife actually run a business together. So she could even run in the back end stuff. But my question for you is if you want to be that provider and you have the time to do so, okay, do you think she'd be opposed to you taking action?
No, not at all. Not at all. I guess, yeah, no, she wouldn't feel opposed by any means. It's just more of she doesn't even know I'm on this call right now.
Sure.
And if I hang up this call and I'm like, hey, I just spent $8,000 or the 6,200, she'd be like, excuse me,
Yeah,
so
sure.
it's just
No.
more, yeah, that's all it really is like a heads up. Because I'm curious, what is the payment plan 7,000? What is
Yeah.
that? Is that just for the 4 months, or do you do like a 6-month increment, or like what is?
So the payment plan would be over 4 months. Okay. So I'll give you some context behind that. The average student will put down about 2,300. That gives your remaining 100. We divide for you're equivalent to just over equivalent to you needing about 3 to 5 clients per week. Pretty doable.
Gotcha. And I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there, like as soon as you started explaining. So you said it's over 4 months, and then it just kind of got shitty.
Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what the average student will do is they'll put down about 2,300.
Gotcha.
Okay. That'll take your remaining amount down to 4,700. We'll divide 4,700 over 4 months. And and when you do that, that gives you an equivalent of just over 1,100 per month. So that would be equivalent to you needing about 3 to 5 clients per month to make that back or surpass it, which is pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now let me ask you this. So now that we have that, we can work at some different payment options. I want to make sure you have all your options laid out when you talk about this stuff. Okay. Now the second thing too, as well, is I know you want to talk it over with your girl. I don't want to get you guys in trouble with one another when you're just about to move in, right? But I want you to kind of think of it as a man, like going into the conversation, not necessarily asking for permission, but more as along the line of support. So like, I want you to think of this, just pretend $7,000, okay? You're putting in $7,000 to get 21,000 back. That's that guarantee, right? So if you know you're going to do the work and we know we have the time, is it really a risk? Or you could say, phrase it to your girl, say, hey, I invested and I only had to put in X amount down, but in return, I'm going to get 21,000 back.
Well, that's how my head sees it. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. I'm just like, because I'm not, again, it's not the commitment or the work.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. It's like, is he telling the truth? Like, does this work? You know, despite testimonials and stuff, it's just like, it's scary. You know, it's scary. I don't drop just
Oh,
thousands
it
on,
should be.
you know, and that's what also makes me want to do it even more, though, is because that means I'm looking in the right direction. When something scares you, you know, I'm a believer of that. So
Yeah, should be you should be scared as fuck.
yeah, it
I
is.
was too, right? Like 6,200, 7,000, shit. Anything over $500 is scary to me, right? Like that's just how it is. I'm a penny pincher, right?
Yep.
So again, though, this should be exciting. It's also scary because you're making a life-changing choice, right? Just like your clients would if they decide to sign up with you. So let me ask you this. As a coach, let's pretend that I'm your client. All right. I say, Anthony, I love your program. I know it is everything that I need to get me to where I need to be at so I can stay out of the hospital, right? I know this is exactly what I need, but I feel like I should maybe just wait it out a little bit. What would your response be to a client that says that?
I guess it'd be the same thing that you're kind of pushing. I would try to get them to understand that, in a sense, like, although it is scary, there's nothing to be scared about. And I'd want to push them to better themselves, because my favorite question is, if I hang up this call and you never hear from me again, I know exactly how my life is going to be. But if I do proceed forward now, it's unknown. And that could be in a good, you know, in the best way possible. So that's kind of what I am sitting here with already. It's just, yeah, it's like if you don't sign up with me to work out, you know where you're going, the hospital. And I wouldn't say it like that, you know, but it's just like, it's the truth. It is the truth, though, you know. So
You want to give you the best one-liner for that?
Sure.
So you could tell your clients when they say, hey, if you don't invest in your health today, you inevitably invest in your illness tomorrow. So would you rather put down $200-300 a month now, or spend thousands on a doctor's bill where you're seen for 15 minutes, but you've been waiting for 8 hours to be seen? Like, you know, let's think about that.
Exactly.
So flipping this, if I'm your coach now, okay, and I'm saying, Anthony, we've established that we have time. Financially, we can make something work for you, right? If this is going to get you to be that 2.0 Anthony, that provider, you mentioned right now that we've been doing this for a year. How much longer are you willing to sit in the same process or the same circumstance? We know right now you have that by the Better Business Bureau. What is there to really, how is it really a risk? It's more of a strategic strategy, right?
Yeah. No, I agree, because you have all those things backing you up, and it seems like everything's perfectly aligned and in order. And I know if I was to sign up right now, I'd be excited as fuck and probably bender all night on the modules. So like, I know for a fact I'm gonna be trying to get to like week 12 very quickly. So I know that would be the case. Like I said, I just, you know, out of respect, I got to have that conversation with a couple other people. So that is going to be like the end result of this, is I do need to speak with other people before I make this decision. But I'm very intrigued, and I want to do this. I want to do this because it's everything I need. Again, I'm tired of swinging blindfolded.
Now, out of curiosity, who are the, outside of your girl, who else do you need to have this conversation with?
She's probably the biggest component of it. And then again, I said there were some summer activities planned, and I just got to let like other friends. We had some climbing trips planned, and I have a couple marathons that I want to run that include like Airbnbs like in Utah and shit. If I spend this money on this program, I am sacrificing that. So, and I'll be, you know, clawing to get that money back. So that's the conversation of, I'm not really, you know, gonna let them know. Nobody's gonna be heartbroken, but it's just a heads up of, because my girl is involved in all this shit too, and she'd be pissed if she missed out, you know. But it's not like I'm paying for her; she's paying her own way. But I know she would, if I wasn't going, it would ruin her fucking, day type of thing. So yeah, dude, to be honest, this is the first time in my life that I even have to say, I got to go talk to somebody else. I'm 29. I've never had to fucking say, let me go, let me go ask mom. So it's a new experience for me. Usually I'd be like, fuck it, let's do it, like full send. But yeah, it's just those things. It's just things of feelings, man. I'm trying to consider them. So I'm just being honest is what I'm doing, is being honest.
Cool, man. I appreciate that. So what I'll do is I'm going to send over a video, the 10K accelerator video for her to watch. So you guys can kind of see it. I'll send over the client averages. So whoever you need to talk to can kind of see what the basic person's doing.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 times your investment guarantee. I'll also send over maybe a couple testimonials that maybe you haven't seen. Okay. And then quick, how good is our credit? Good, bad, great, shitty, awesome. What does that look like?
Oh, motherfucker, it is 790.
Okay, so before we get off this phone, this might be something that we need to talk about.
Okay.
So we have this company called Fund My Contract. And what this allows us to do, takes that 7,000, we get to spread it out over a much longer period of time, breaks it down into very small payments. So on a hypothetical, let's just say you get approved, right? A guy the other day got approved for an 84-month term. His monthly payment was $155 per month, and no payments were due for the first 30 days. So again, very small. And the cool thing is you can pay it off sooner with no penalty. So it's 6 or 12 months, same as cash. So if you get an option, let's just say you got the 7-year loan, okay, for that $155 a month. If it says 12 months, same as cash, if we pay the whole thing off before 12 months, 0% interest. The program itself is 4 months long. You have a 3 times your investment guarantee. Now, do you feel like that would change the landscape for you and your girl and the people that you have to have a conversation with?
Hell yes. Hell yeah. Definitely let me know about that one. Because yeah, like, anything basically. All right, so I'll just be real with you. So like right now with like my income, what it currently is, I'm living off of about a little over 40% of my total income just to cover the basis. And then the rest has been in savings for this Thailand trip. And then, I'm not trying to hermit myself. So like we'll go out to dinner like once a week.
Yeah.
And shit ain't cheap, whatever. So it's like that's pretty much like the nutshell of our life. And then she just graduated. So CU, Boulder University, them fucking bills are currently getting ready to show up. That's all on her. She doesn't fucking expect me to do anything on that end, but it's just financials. We're moving into a new place on Thursday. And I would really like to know, like, with my new lifestyle, what the, utilities between 2 people. I've only lived with like 4 other dudes since I've been out here. So utilities is like $5. So I got to figure out what my financial situation is. Like, I don't know what it's going to be entirely. So that's also another, I know it's terrible timing on my end to look into this, but it's also the same reason I'm looking into it, because I don't want to struggle with that shit. So I don't want to struggle with, we got to cancel Netflix because I got to save $15 fucking dollars. It feels like shit because of that. I don't want to pick up serving shifts and kiss an ass all day like I've been doing for 10 years because I don't know what to do to build my business. Right. And that's the reality of my situation. It makes me feel like shit because I know I want to do this and I've been trying and I've had luck. And like I said, the most I've ever made in 1 month is 6,000. I actually sold 2 programs for $2,000 a piece last June when I first launched. And that was like the most like mind-blowing, like this is fucking possible. And but I want to be able to do that just obviously more consistently. And that's why I'm also here, after a year of trying to make things work.
Yeah, and that's exactly what these coaches are going to give you, a little bit. Yeah. So do you want to find out what we get approved for?
Right now we can do that.
Yeah. I mean, it takes like 2 minutes to find out what you get approved for. So that way we have an idea.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Do I have to grab my wallet, right?
No. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do it over, I'm going to share my computer with you. Okay.
Cool.
I'm going to show you how this works. Let's just see what we get approved for. Go.
Dude, I love the persistence. I just got to mention. You're good at this.
Now, man, so at the end of the day, man, I want to make sure that you have every option laid out, because a lot of people I feel like that I've been on sales calls with when I was younger, I didn't get all the information laid out to me. So it made me not make decisions that might have been able to impact my life a lot better. Right.
True.
So with you, it's just a little bit easier for me because I already know your pain points and like what you've been struggling with. And I want to make sure we get you past that. All right. What's a good email address for you?
It's going to be Lubatti, which is spelled Iubatti at Gmail. Oh, I'm sorry, Lubatti20 at Gmail. Sorry about that.
No problem. All right, go ahead and check your email. This is a soft credit check, so it will not affect your credit to find out what we get approved for.
Sounds good. Let me pull you up. Cool. Right, and then just apply real quick.
That's it, my man. That's it. All I got.
Apply. Got you. Anthony. As 802 sweet. Right. Fine. Cool.
So you're moving out of your current place where you're currently at now, and then it's game time, huh?
Yeah, dude. She won't stop sending me Facebook Market shit. She won't stop doing it. Okay, so I see my results here.
Oh, cool. So yeah, so you got offers presented. Don't click on it. You can like look them over. Don't accept anything yet.
Gotcha.
Kind of figure out which one kind of you think is like the most attractive to you, and kind of let me know what that looks like so I can kind of talk it over with you.
Gotcha. So it's one of those things. So there's the APR, which seems pretty standard for all of them at the 20%. But you had mentioned something earlier about like if you pay it off within the first year, are you able to do that, or is like once you collect or once you click the payment plan, you're stuck at that payment plan?
Yeah, you don't want to click. You only want to. So for instance, let's just say you clicked on a payment plan, but you can always pay it off early, and that won't.
Okay, you can pay it off early.
Correct. Yep.
All right. And do you know if you pay it off early, does it still collect interest, or I forget what that shit's called? Like, I'm not entirely educated on this.
No. So if you, it's done now. Let's say, for instance, out of 12 months, what is
12 months right now, or
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're breaking up, brother.
What does yours say? It says 12 months.
It's actually giving me 24.36 and all the way up to 84.
Yep. So look where it might say, like there should be one that says it's either 6 or 12. So basically it's saying if you pay any one of those loans off before 6 or 12, it should spend.
Yep, right up the top. It says no interest paid in full in 6 months.
Yep. So if as long as we pay it off before 6 months, 0 interest. Now, if it was 6 months and 1 day, your ass is paying all that shit like on a regular basis, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to be very transparent with you. But if the beautiful thing about it is the course is 4 months long. Okay. So those are
Yep.
the things I want you to think about. The cool thing is, let's just say on a hypothetical, you move forward today on a hypothetical. Tomorrow's, I'm not sure if this place would be, but it would take about 3 days for this to kick in. So you'd be, let's say, okay, that's when you'd have course access, all that stuff. If you went this route, okay.
Gotcha. I kind of like this route in a sense of like I said, it's not the paying the money thing, but in a sense, it'll put my life financially, that stressor, I guess we're talking about. I guess I have financial stress in a sense. Financially, it would put me in a less stress rate of,
Yep.
I don't want to be in this position of me going, fuck, I need to pay rent and I'm on the computer watching modules. Something about that would just be like something, I'm going to go out and rob somebody real quick. Like it's like I have to take care of things, meaning I would be picking up shifts instead of working on this, where something like this payment plan, hell, even the 24-month at $356 a month, that's a lot more of an ease on my mind and in my chest cavity here than because that wouldn't disrupt everything. Now it's not even really a conversation. I get to go to my girlfriend and say, hey, I'm looking at this is what I want to do, and she probably say, great, as long as you think it's right, you can do it. So these payment plans, I'm more than likely going to want to lean into them. I really like that.
Cool.
So I appreciate you showing me this.
I think I got that last part. Yeah, man. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is getting you less, brother. And then more importantly, man, it's an aphrodisiac for women when you can like make a fucking man move, a power play, and say, hey, I actually went into this call with but I found something and you, because before, if it was just, before us moving in, I acted on it. But now I made a choice based off of me and you, based on our financial, agreement that we're going to be coming up with. So you can almost frame it to her like you went this option versus, paying in full or whatever, because you were, she was on your mind. So what I think we could do is at least lock it in and then invite her to the game planning call. So she's a part of that. And she feels like, oh, fuck, he's a man. He took action. He's a provider, but he found something to where there's no payments due for the first 30 days. It's 300 or 155, whatever it is you choose. But then she gets to be a part of the game planning call.
Gotcha. God damn it. I see what you're saying. Fuck. I just gotta think it over, man. I gotta think it over.
Let's look at your calendar and let's see what we got. I would like to be able to at least, give you time for you to be able to talk with her. What does Tuesday look like for you, or even Monday?
Monday, tomorrow, I'm running a 10K race for Memorial Day.
Okay.
And doing a ruck afterwards. Tuesday, looking it over. Tuesday is pretty much free for the most part.
Cool, man. Let's lock in on Tuesday.
All right. What time?
Your PST, is that right?
Mountain Standard.
You're Mountain Standard. Okay. Why don't we do, what do you think about 10 a.m. Mountain Standard?
10 a.m.? Yeah, that could work. That will work. 10 a.m.
I'm going to put in here MST. When are you seeing your girl tonight?
Yeah. I'll be at her house tonight.
Cool. So really quick before we get off the phone, I'm going to make sure that you get this. I'm going to send you over that video, so that way you have everything.
Sweet.
Let's see here.
Damn, dude, you gotta teach me how to sell like you.
Man, it's not selling when you're passionate about it, man. It's easy.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I always think about like the restaurant, man. There's like 4 items on that menu that I fucking love, and I can sell them all day.
There
I
you
can sell
go. That's
them
what it
all
is.
day.
When you're a product of the product, selling's easy, man.
Yeah. How long ago did you sign up?
Over a year and a half ago. So the funny thing is, when I was on a call like this, I was with this closing call, and this girl was named Jess. She's phenomenal. Like now she's like the sales manager, and we had a really good rapport. And I was going through the same thing with you. Like, I don't fucking know. And my wife was like, "You're gonna fucking do this." And my wife made me show up to the call, and she made sure she was there because she knew I'd fuck off and not do it because I'm old school, right? Like in-person training for me was the way to go. Anyways, long story short, we're talking about, hey, what do you do? Like, what's your role? And she told me, I'm like, I'm gonna have a role like this in like maybe a year or so. She's like, we'll see if you're good enough. Just joking around. A year later, I'm doing it. So I have my own coaching business with my wife. She has her own full-time job. I also do this. So we have 3 forms of income coming in, but I'm doing things that I love. It's all health and fitness related, like all of it.
Nice. I love
So
that.
I didn't have the 10K accelerator program. When I went through, it was called the apprenticeship. Then it went to certified coach, and now it's the 10K. So I wish I would have had that because the features, like there was no chat GPT back when I did this shit, right? Like
Yeah.
it was insane. Like the stuff that you can do now streamlines everything a lot faster for you, dude. Let's see here. Let's see, where did that thing go? I'm trying to give you that. I want to make sure that I give you that video. I'm trying to figure out where I put this shit at.
Oh, you're good, man.
I think I put it here. Yep. Copy. All right, you should be able to get this here now. I'm going to label it vid.
Cool. Did you just text me?
Yeah, I did. Did you want me to also send you over a picture of the guarantees and the averages?
Yeah, I'll take whatever you feel is necessary. I would love to see that.
So this is the thing, you probably know this, man, but I'm old. So, but you probably know this though, but man, women are more emotional thinkers, men are logical. So when you have this conversation, oh shit, I put master coach averages. We don't want that. Hold on, let me remove that. Let's go to student averages here. But if you can frame this to how this is going to benefit her or you guys together, the conversation is so much more smoother.
Exactly. And that's one of the biggest things that as you're going through the modules, and like I told you, she has like a product-based business, but there's so much like to learn about business as a whole, no matter what business you start, like a sales call, and no matter what you're doing, you need to know how to sell. So it's like I could tell her that like, hey, the things I learn, I'll be able to help you with, etc. So cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. And then you can say, hey, we won't have to worry about having to budget for vacations. We can just go.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
And that's the main thing I want. Like, I get that there's stuff coming up, man. Like, I totally get that. But think about, like, Thailand's not until November, dude. And I get you got summer shit going on, but think about the experience you already have. And now think about timesing that with 2 or 3 people are going to be working along with you, right? So really you get to the point where you can actually do more shit this summer and surprise her and be that actual man that she's looking for. Dude, women won't test you. They won't tell you what they want. They want you to be able to manhandle them and take control of certain situations.
Yep.
And this is the point. Like, hey, I know we're moving in together. I decided to make a decision that's going to be the best for both of us. Most women aren't going to question it if it's going to benefit you and if it's going to benefit the relationship. And that's essentially what this does. Because no longer would you be having to serve. If you serve and you do what you're currently doing, you might have a little bit of time, but you're still going to be struggling versus you could be doing this shit full time and you could be maximizing your potential months sooner than just fucking off and procrastinating. Women hate procrastinators.
That's exactly how I see it. And that's kind of what, again, that's another reason that led me to this call. Because in a sense, it's like, I had to admit that I need help in this. And I just been alone since June of last year, I've been doing this alone. I was done my other program in 90 days and I utilized what I learned. And like I said, I made my money back, but then I kind of just hit this wall of like, all right, I kind of felt this like ultimatum of niche down or you're fucked.
Yeah.
And I hated that. I hated that. I don't want to be knees over toe guys. I don't give a fuck about knees. It's like, no, I want to just know how to do what you guys are offering. I want to help, sure, niching down. I feel like you gotta, know the rules before you can break them. And I haven't been in this industry long enough to know what I really do enjoy with clients or what kind of client I truly enjoy. Because everyone I've been working with, I fucking know them. So it's just like, I'm ready to just kind of I'm ready to take this to the next fucking level, man. I am. So I really appreciate your time here today.
Yeah, 100%. Like the way that you should. Yeah, man, no problem. So if you have any other questions or concerns, the number that I text you from is my specific number. So if your girl thinks of a question that me and you didn't think to address, I can answer that for you. But other than outside of that, I'll make sure that we're in touch by Tuesday. And then I'll also send you over another free resource as well, like more like lead generation. I know that was like your big bottleneck on like where to find these people. So I'll send something over for her, like look, man, they're giving me resources to get going, because I want us to leave this call today basically feeling like we've already committed to becoming a student here, right? So that way Tuesday's a lot more, the conversation's a lot easier. Cool?
Hell yes, dude.
All right, let me know if you need anything else. I'll be in touch probably. I'll probably reach out to you. Well, I'll talk to you on Tuesday, but I'll send you over that resource as well. I'll probably send you over a testimonial so your girl can see that as well.
Awesome.
And what I'm going to send is someone that was a struggling in-person online coach that now is killing the game. So that it's going to be very similar to what you're going through. Cool?
Yep, I appreciate it, man.
All right, boss. You have a good night.
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
Later.